Now we're going to talk about giving zakat to organizations and masajid and other institutes. So what's the ruling about that? Let's talk about who are the people who you cannot give zakat. The first thing is that the activities of that organization and that masjid that is claiming to ask for zakat money should fall under one of these 8 categories. Like the services that it provides should serve one of these 8 categories we talked about. Outside these 8 categories, then it would not be zakat. It's still a good cause. You could raise funds. People should still give sadaqat and charity and all those things, but it would not be under the category of zakat. So if you are taking zakat money, then you should serve one of these 8 areas that the zakat money can be applied to. When you're giving zakat money to a trust, an organization or a masjid, then assure that the people responsible for that funds are actually going to take care of it. They are responsible people, they have a good track record, and do your due diligence to figure out that you're spending in the right place and the right cause. Now once you have given that money, then you should not pursue it again and again. Once you have given it, then now it's their responsibility. Now they need to spend it diligently, appropriately, plan it accordingly, and not hoard the money for long times, rather keep on spending so it goes to the deserving people and deserving services that needs to be done. From the standpoint of the organization, they should not hoard this money for a long time. Rather, they should spend it soon and continue to spend it so that it reaches the end users, which are these 8 categories again, on a consistent basis. But you could do strategic spending. You could probably save it for a certain project that you want to execute and you're about to reach a certain funding limit, and after that you execute it. So strategic planning is okay, but usual hoarding of this zakat money should not be the practice. In the organization, they can spend zakat money in giving any of these services. They can give it to the staff because amilina alayha are also included, so executing those services and implementing the zakat activities can also be funded by this means. When it comes to building a structure, they should be very careful. They should probably ask their scholars and figure out if this would fall under zakat or not. Muslims in general should be generous enough to give money outside zakat as well. So use that money for the construction needs. But if you're using zakat money for the purpose of construction, then at least use it for the bare minimum structure. Don't spend lavish amount of money on the decor and expensive fittings or something, because that's the right of the poor and the end users that should be benefiting from this money, rather than the walls and the carpets and the chandeliers and the lights. So spend it with lots of diligence and you'll be answerable to Allah when you do so. I would also appreciate the people who are actually spending their time, effort and skills in executing charitable work, in executing Islamic services like these, because Prophet ﷺ has promised to them that they also get the reward of the person who are donating, because they are the ones who are collecting it and actually applying it. So the people who are in these services, they have lots of good reward from Allah, and may Allah help them, may Allah help them run the organizations well, and may Allah help us build organizations and institutes that are generous and timeless, and they sustain for many years, so many people can benefit from it, the humanity can benefit from it, and people can find trusted organizations where they can trust their money of zakat. In the end, I want to remind that whenever you're giving charity, first of all, you should look around you, and especially to your relatives. They have your first right of benefiting from your generosity and benefiting from your sadaqat. Prophet ﷺ has said, "Lahu ajran, ajrul qarabati wa sadaqa." The person who gives charity to their relative, a deserving relative, then there is double reward. One for taking care of a relative like qaraba, and the second is for the sadaqah. And we see that example of Abdullah bin Masud, one of the great companion of Prophet ﷺ, but he was very poor. So his wife had her own property, her own money and her own wealth. So she was about to go and give out zakat, and Abdullah bin Masud said that it is better for you to give the zakat to me and my son, because they were poor and needy. And she said, I'll go and ask the Prophet. So she goes and asks the Prophet, and Prophet ﷺ said that Abdullah said it right. The first right is for the people near you, around you. Look at your relatives first. Look at your siblings. Look at your cousins and your uncles and aunts and other people, nieces and nephews who might need zakat. So it's easy for us to write a check or click a button and donate to someone else, but we should be careful to see if there are people around us who are in need. Reach out to them and then give them in a dignified way that does not disrupt their honor or humiliate them at all. Lastly, let's talk about who are the people who you cannot give zakat. The first one is the family of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Of course, the sadaqat were not permissible for the family of Prophet, but gifts were. So if today we know someone is from the lineage of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we should not give zakat to them, but we could give them hadiyah and gifts. Second is the people for whom we are financially responsible ourselves. For example, a husband is responsible to take care of his wife. Now, he cannot give zakat to the wife. On the other hand, the wife is not responsible to financially support the husband. But if she has money and the husband does not, and he falls in the category of miskeen or fuqara, then she can give zakat to the husband, but husband cannot give it to the wife because it's his responsibility to take care of her. Similarly, if you have young children, then those are also your responsibility. You cannot give zakat to them. You cannot give zakat to your parents because those are also our responsibility. So these are the people where we cannot give zakat, which is parents, wife, and children. Other relatives, siblings, and other relatives, extended relatives, we can certainly give zakat to them. And the third one is we cannot give zakat to non-Muslims in general. The only category where you can give zakat to non-Muslim would be the taliful qalb, to incline their hearts for people who are close to accepting Islam, to make them firm in this leap of faith that they're about to take and help them transition. On the other side, when it comes to fuqara, masakeen, the first right of this money, which is the farz money, farz zakat, the first charity, is for the Muslims themselves. Now, you could give sadaqat to the non-Muslims, and that's totally okay, but that would not be their zakat money. Use the zakat money only for the Muslims because they have the first right, and for other charitable causes that you want to help someone, that's still a sadaqah, that's still honorable in the sight of Allah. Allah will reward you inshallah for that, but that should not be from your zakat money. So with that, we end this lesson. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. In the next session, we'll talk about the etiquettes of giving in the cause of Allah.